UFC Fight Night 167 has just wrapped up. Here is your full Mount MMA recap. To kick off the main card, Lando Vannata defeated Yancy Medeiros via unanimous decision. Borg defeated Rogerio Bontorin via unanimous decision. After the fight, Borg apologized to Rogerio and his team for missing weight by 2 pounds. Brok Weaver was victorious in his UFC debut over Rodrigo Vargas due to disqualification. Rodrigo was disqualified in the first round due to an illegal knee.
Escapes across the big right hands and escapes across the big right hands.
Montana de la Rosa defeated Borella via unanimous decision. For the co-main event, we had another illegal knee disqualification. Michel Pereira kneed Diego Sanchez while he was down, giving Diego the victory.
He sits again.
Here's some reactions from the MMA community. Conor McGregor tweeted Conor McGregor versus Diego Sanchez. Conor also retweeted a video of him calling out Diego back in 2013.
Diego Sanchez keep talking shit, you know what I mean? So I'd like to, and plus it's an easy fight. I like easy money, it's my favorite.
Platinum Mike Perry says, take that dub, Diego Sanchez, hell yeah. That's smart. Cub Swanson says Diego Sanchez with a comeback victory, smiley face. Derek Brunson says Diego knew what he was doing the whole time, and y'all out here second guessing his strategy. Diego for the win. Megan Anderson said this fight has been absolutely whacked from the get-go. So freaking weird. And Dan Hardy says Guru used his magic powers to get the DQ victory. And for the main event, Jan Blachowicz defeated Corey Anderson via KO in the first round.
You are next. Let's do this. Tell me when. Tell me. Give me the place and time.
Jon Jones after the fight said, I'm happy to see Corey Anderson eat his words. He's been talking so much trash. Referring to Jan Blachowicz, he says that he could definitely see the UFC matching them up. Dominic Reyes on Ariel Helwani's MMA show reflects on his controversial loss to Jon Jones. He says that he feels like he did enough to earn the decision and hopes the UFC will give him a rematch.
I just keep replaying it over and over in my mind. It sucks, man. Do everything, you know, I felt like I did everything in my power to win that fight, and it just felt like somebody took it away from me. I did rewatch 4 and 5, but I didn't watch 1 through 3 because I know I won that pretty handedly. And then in 4, I mean, I had him backed up as well. I had him hurt, so I mean, it could have even been argued, you know, 4-1, but it's shitty. It just sucks. It sucks pretty bad, man. I mean, I worked incredibly hard for this. My whole life was for this moment. I get it. I felt like I was being a little tactical there too at the end. I felt like I was winning, and I didn't want to put myself in too much danger. I mean, you got to be technical with the approach as well. But shit. Oh, my cardio felt pretty good. I wasn't feeling like I had a wall or anything like that. I was just being a little more conservative in my approach. Because I am fighting Jon Jones. He's extremely dangerous. He has like, crazy spins and stuff like that. So I don't know. I was being a little more conservative in my approach, but I still was putting it on him. Like he was forcing me to beat him up in the 4th round. It's crazy. It's really crazy. For me, 1, 2, and 3 were home runs. They were knockouts. I knocked it out of the park in those rounds. Shit, man. I don't know. It sucks. It sucks. I came out there and I fought a nearly perfect fight. Now, that's what it was gonna take to beat this guy, and I did it. For that night, I was better than Jon Jones. I was a better fighter, and I didn't get. Greatness is still just a round away, I guess. If the fans put enough pressure on Jones, if they put enough pressure on the UFC and they want to see it, then I'm sure we'll get that rematch. I know I deserve it. I mean, it should be a rematch for him trying to get his belt back. That should be the rematch, but nah. So we got to come get it back.
A 5-round heavyweight bout between Alistair Overeem and Walt Harris has been set to headline UFC Fight Night in Portland. This fight was originally scheduled last December, but Walt Harris was forced to pull from the fight after his stepdaughter unfortunately went missing in Alabama. Alistair Overeem is currently coming off a KO loss to Jairzinho Rosenstrike. Walt Harris is coming off a KO win over Alexei Olenek. A 3-round strawweight bout between Carla Esparza and Michel Waterson has also been added to UFC Fight Night in Portland. Carla Esparza is coming off a unanimous decision win over Alexa Grasso, and Michel Waterson is coming off a unanimous decision loss to Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Derek Lewis speaks on his performance over Ilir Latifi at UFC 247. He also speaks on potential future opponents.
I wasn't happy with the fight, of course. Yes, I'm happy with the win. It was a close fight, you know, the damn takedowns and him just want to just hold me against the cage and hold me on the ground and stuff like that. It's really, it bothered me a lot, but I just had to stay patient and just really not try to worry about it too much. But I wanted to be more active. I worked my butt off this camp. I wanted to do a lot more striking, and I wanted to show everyone that I got more skills that I've been working on. And it sucks that I couldn't really showcase those skills. Yeah, of course Corey Blades want to fight me because he's a wrestler. And he felt like that he could do more damage to me if he take me down. Of course, so that's great. It could be the next fight.
You're down with that?
Yeah, it'd be good. So instead of him trying to wait for the title and trying to push for the title, but he want to risk all of that and try to fight me and get bumped all the way out of the way, that's fine.
Okay.
I guarantee I'll be a way better fighter than I was. No, I really don't even have to work on that. I know all of that area. That's the thing about it. I know all my jiu-jitsu. I know the takedown defense. I know not to be flat on my back and all this and that. I know I can't be doing all that. I already know that. It's just the way I want to feel. The way I fight the way I want to fight. I make my opponent fight me the way I really want to. If I want him to hold me against the cage, I let him hold me. I could get him off me at any time I want. I can get up off the ground anytime I want. I fight the way I wanted to fight.
Here is some new training footage of both Zhang Wei Li and Joanna Jędrzejczyk. They are both scheduled to face each other at UFC 248. Leon Edwards, in a recent interview, speaks on Kamaru Usman. He is currently scheduled to face Tyron Woodley at UFC London. Leon says that he's on a different level right now and would defeat Kamaru Usman if they fought again. Speaking to BJPenn.com, he went on to say, "Yeah, it would be amazing to beat the last guy to beat me to win the title. That is the perfect scenario. I'm on a totally different level. This Leon would beat that Leon and it wouldn't be close. I'm two different fighters mentally, physically, technically. So yeah, I think I'd win if we fought again." And Michael Bisping on the Believe You Me podcast speaks on Jon Jones. He says that in his mind, Jon Jones is the best to ever do it.
It's up for debate whether or not he's the best to ever do it or not. The only reason you say it's up for debate is because of the asterisks, because of the performance-enhancing drugs. But if you want to talk about is he the best to ever do it, if you forget about that for 1 second, in my mind, it's not even a conversation. He's by far the best to ever do it. And he was talking recently about Israel Adesanya, and Jones was just like, he was very, very dismissive, and no disrespect to Adesanya, but I understand where Jones is coming from. If you look at the level of competition that he's fought consistently at the highest level, the way he beats them, champion after champion after champion after legend, I mean, you name it. So now he's got to a point where he's taking on guys, and again, no disrespect to these guys, Dominic Reyes, Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos, who a lot of them were middleweights, but they don't have the same star power of a Rampage or a Shogun or whatever, because he's took all them out. He took all them out, he did it in style, he's tossed them to the side, and now he's on new blood. And as he said, he's going through generations of fighters inside the UFC at the highest level, right, when the pressure is on in main events and getting the job done. And most of the time, beating them at their own game. When he fought Glover Teixeira, everyone was like, oh, he's got to be careful because Glover's going to get on the inside and use the boxing. Jon Jones said, that'll stand and trade in the pocket all day long. Let's exchange knees and elbows and dirty boxing up against the fence. And he beat him at his own fucking game. Of course, the reason people don't give him the respect that he is deserved is because of the public perception, because of the scandal, because of the steroids, because of the accident, the DUIs, all the trouble that he gets himself into.
That's going to wrap it up for the news. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like down below and subscribe to Full Mount MMA on YouTube. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to Jon Jones versus Dominic Reyes. The first one's from Steve and it says, eye pokes. I think that's something you're born with. Jon Jones. The second one says the judge that gave a 4-1 to Jones deserves a round with Reyes. And the final one's from Mr. Smith and it says, Jon pre-fight. I will KO him. Jon post-fight. Well, it was close. I got takedowns. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next video, be sure to drop a comment down below on this one.